Wednesday, July 14th, the moon is going to be in Virgo all day, 9 different aspects throughout the day. I am declaring this a moon day because it is the only energy that we have to worry about here today. The moon, the lunar goddess, our emotions, our intuition is the only thing that we need to focus on. So the moon, right out of the gate, is making an aspect with Saturn and very shortly thereafter with Chiron. This is us waking up the day after we just gave birth and we are scared shitless. This is a reality check. Oh my goodness, this wasn't a dream. This actually happened. Okay, the final footing has begun. The first building blocks of this foundation has now been set. We have Saturn here reminding us that now, okay, all right, if you'll remember earlier on in the week, we had this conversation when the moon was in Leo about how it is that we want to abandon the path of the collective, abandon the roles and responsibilities that we feel we are obligated, that we owe to the greater grander collective, and that we wanted to go on our own path. Well, now we gave birth. We have a new cycle, a new reality, and Saturn is saying, well, you did it. You did it. But do you realize that your actions now come with a new set of roles and responsibilities? Now, Saturn is the Lord of Karma. He wants us, again, to learn through tough love life lessons. And the moon in Virgo, again, already a little bit of a negative Nancy, high anxiety, high OCD, wants everything in a particular way. Saturn, the Lord of Karma, the military grandfather, if you will, really just wants to really drive home about how many diapers you have to change and how you're never going to sleep again and how now you have to switch up your daily routine and how you got to pour yourself into this. We can only stand that so long because, again, we're hypersensitive. We have all kinds of thoughts and emotions going through us. And then we bump into Chiron, and this is the day before Chiron is going retrograde, and Chiron just wants to add to the fact that, oh my Jesus, everything is changing. Maybe we shouldn't have done this. Maybe we should have rewinded. Maybe we should have thought differently. Oh my goodness, are we even ready for this? And just as we are on the brink of diving into the depths of darkness and totally tearing ourselves down, the moon in Virgo trines Uranus. Thank goodness. A trine is a good energy. Uranus, the great awakener, the higher octave of our higher selves, downloading with us with aha moments, with perspective changing ideas, zaps in and says, oh my God, would you just stop even listening to these Debbie Downers? Would you just focus on the vision of how happy you're going to be in, a month now when you're settled into your new routine, a year from now when it's not even new, when you're actually experienced and you feel comfortable in this new role, 3 years from now when you're reaching the peak of your success from what it is that you brought life to in this very moment, in this very week? Can you focus, please, on just aligning to the fact that you were called to bring this new chapter into reality and that you did that, and now there's no turning back. Now we can only look forward, like bust free from those negative Nancys. Do not let Debbie Downer kind of bring on this whole mood. You have so much to look forward to. You are strong. You are independent. Yes, you're going to see changes in your day-to-day life. Your routine's going to change. Your life is going to change. Your relationship is going to change. But guess what? You've been praying for change for how long now? And then suddenly, now the change is showing up. What? Now you're terrified. Now you're questioning that you shouldn't have made these changes. Now you're turning around to go back. I don't think so. We're looking ahead. We're looking forward. You got this. You have everything that you need to be great inside of you. You just have to believe it. You have to believe in yourself. So the moon goes ahead and bumps into Mercury, then bumps into Saturn again. So it's kind of like, Mercury reminds us, okay, you got to take care of yourself right now. We have a lot on our minds. We have a lot going through our heart space right now. Yeah, it's scary. It's okay to be scared. But guess what? We have everything we need. We're going to take care of things. The universe has our back and we have our back, and the plans are coming together and the future is being bright. We don't need to get down. We don't need to stay in that spot. And then, of course, Saturn kicks in and is just like, the diapers. You're not going to have any friends, mom groups, just reminding us that there is still challenges. There are still adjustment periods. There are obstacles. There are, days that we're going to bang our head against a wall, because that's the scariest thing about bringing something new to life and making such a great change is the freaking adjustment period, right? We're still, we can't go back to the old, but the new sure as hell don't feel stable and comfortable yet. And so this adjustment period got us all up in our feels, all up in our head. It makes us feel crazy. We're questioning everything. Our fear is being activated. Like we're all over the place. And then the moon goes ahead and bumps into Venus and Mars, those proud little parents, right? And it's just a check-in, right? So I want you to visualize, again, back to the birthing analogy that, your parents, you have this brand new child. The moon is like the nurse coming in and checking in and saying, okay, so how you guys feeling? Do you guys have any questions? Do you have any hesitations? Maybe we should try changing a diaper, or maybe we should try holding the baby this way in order for the baby to be fed. The nurse is just making sure that the instability, the chaos, the unsurety that we're feeling now as parents giving birth to this brand new cycle, this brand new chapter, they know, they have the experience, they've done this before. So this is like our higher selves being the nurse coming in and just checking on the new parents that be. And great timing, the sun chimes in at that time, that, the sun is technically in astrology, the sun is the masculine father energy and the moon is the feminine like female energy, the mother energy. And so the sun being in Cancer is a blending, a unification of those energies to begin with, not only mentioning, Venus and Mars, the masculine and feminine energy combining and unifying. We're feeling like our heart is whole at this point. Yes, we're scared. Yes, we have questions. Yes, there's doubts. Yes, there's insecurities. But we also feel like we're honoring our heart space. We feel like we are following our calling. We feel like we've made the right step and the right decision, the right move forward to actually align with the new path that we actually want to manifest. And the sun is just reassuring to us that we're on the right path. We have everything we need in order to build this foundation. We're going to be able to take care of ourselves. We're going to be able to take care of other people. Why? Because we've enforced the right boundaries. We have the right protection around us. We have taken the opportunity to seek out people, mentors, friendships, relationships that know a little bit more, have a little bit more experience and wisdom than we have at this current point. And we're not alone in this. We have a little bit of guidance, a plan, a path to follow. And to wrap up the day, the moon in Virgo opposes Neptune in Pisces. So it's almost like, we're closing down for the day. It's been quite an eventful day, if I do say so myself. And we're kind of at this point where the moon in Virgo wants very strict guidelines, very strict boundaries, very strict routines, very strict ways of thinking. Because again, that Virgo energy finds comfort in organization, finds comfort in discipline, definitely having a plan to follow. Now, the Neptune and Pisces energy, total opposite. Virgo and Pisces are opposite energies. And so Neptune in Pisces doesn't want boundaries at all. He doesn't want to follow a routine. He doesn't want any of that structure that Virgo really thrives upon. And so Neptune in Pisces is very much about like, screw it. You're not going to be able to schedule. And again, I got to go back to the analogy, guys. I'm so super sorry about this. I'm probably playing it out at this point, but Neptune and Pisces, especially being retrograde, is like, you know what? That's great that you think that you're going to wake up every hour on the hour and, change the diapers and do a feeding and everything's going to be hunky dory. That's great that you think that that's going to go that way and everybody's going to get a good sleep and we're all going to have, stable emotions and a stable perspective and a plan put in place. But everybody knows you got to wing it. You got to fly by the seat of your pants. Plans are going to be disrupted. Routines are going to be disrupted. Dreams are going to have to morph from one scenario into another. We're going to have to listen to our intuition, right? A mother's intuition is like no other. We have to listen to our intuition, our higher selves, the signs and the symbols coming in from the cosmic force at this time in order to go with the flow. Yes, it's good in our mental plane and in our heart space to think that there's a plan, to think that there's a structure to follow. However, we are going to realize sooner than later that the next chapter that we're about to dive into because of this new cycle we just kind of gave birth to is going to really require us to fly by the seat of our pants until we get the lay of the land, until we get a little bit more experience under our belt. What we think going into a brand new situation, we think the way that it should be, the way that it's going to be, the way that we need it to be, we end up disappointed because we get thrown curveballs. We have to learn to adapt. We have to learn to be fluid. Neptune in Pisces is water on water. We're still in Cancer season. That's water. We're talking about the moon in Virgo. That's water and earth. But the whole point that I'm trying to make here is that emotionally and mentally, we have to have a plan. We have to have a structure. We have to think that we're organized. When realistically, we're going to come into a situation, into an inner conflict here where our boundaries are going to have to be let down a little bit, where we're going to have to, kind of detour off of the plan and the structure that we were hoping to have. We're just going to have to fly by the seat of our pants, trusting the universe and trusting our intuition to guide the way.